Hey, Meredith. Welcome, everybody. We are live.
Hi, Andy. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, doing well.
Good.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey,
Crystal says
Crystal.
hi. So tonight, guys, we do have a pet psychic communicator, Meredith Whitney, joining me tonight. Um,
Hello.
and Debbie, Debbie is actually out tonight, so she will be. She wants to send her thanks for the many prayers for the surgery with her family members, her sister and her niece. So we offer healing out to her and her family with that. And Jeanine should be coming on anytime. When she does, we'll just add her into the chat. So Meredith, go ahead and just tell us about yourself.
Hi, so I'm Meredith and I'm an animal communicator, psychic medium. And I've been doing this professionally for about 13 years now. I've been psychic since I was a kid, but never told anybody. Hi, Carlos. Um, let's see. So I really stepped outside the spiritual closet, as it's known. Um, Probably in 2003, we're seeing visions on the wall. I started hearing voices. I started seeing or feeling spirits, seeing spirits of animals, of people that have crossed over. Um, it was just, it was weird how it just seemed to happen overnight. So that's
Oh,
how it
right.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I thought it was going crazy, so I had to I had to go to a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine who's an astrologer and a psychic, and I went over to her townhouse and I said, "What's going on?" And I said, "Am I going crazy?" And she said, "No." She said she took my hands and she said, "You're psychic. That's all." And she said, "Just embrace it, and you're going to be helping people and animals."
Oh, that's
So
so beautiful.
it was.
Um, um, so Meredith, I wanted to ask a few questions about um, mediumship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does the mediumship tie into your communication with animals? What else do you use it with?
So I also do mediumship for animals and humans that have passed. I connect people here still in the physical with their loved ones on the other side, whether they're animals or people. There's Jeanine. Hi, Jeanine.
Hey, Jeanine,
Hey,
good to see you.
good to see you as well.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, um, I guess, I started to feel um, like somebody was watching me. And then I started seeing visions in my third eye in my
Oh,
head.
wow.
And then one day I was up in my bedroom and I had the door shut and we had mirrored glass doors on our closet. And I was just staring into the mirror, and all of a sudden, right in front of me, wasn't in the mirror, it was right in front of me, like I see you and Jeanine. I saw our old family cat, Tigger, and he was there for maybe 10 seconds. And while he was there, he kind of looked at me with his tail up in the air, waving in the air. And I looked in the mirror and there was no reflection. And I'm like, oh, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. And he vanished like within 10 seconds, he was gone. He was there and then he was gone. But I usually see spirit, like an outline of them. And I know whether it's male, female. Um, an animal, a human.
Right.
So.
Oh wow, that's pretty amazing. I know for myself, and I don't know if it's just me because I love animals so well and so much, cats and dogs, and I really feel I don't necessarily hear like words, coming through like the English language in my third eye. Some I believe I have a few times, but I really feel like their emotions quite a bit. Is that how it is for you, Jeanine, and also you as well, Meredith?
For me, yes. I'll be in a happy and a good mood, or, and then all of a sudden, when I'm doing a reading, I can feel the sadness. I feel their joy, their love on the other side. So yeah, that happens with me too. And then,
and then when I'm communicating with spirit, it's a little different between humans and animals for me. So when it's a human spirit, like I see them like I would either one of you, and they talk to me just like I would have a conversation with anybody who was in the room with me. Now, when I've communicated with animal spirits, my guide Aurelia does all the talking, but I do feel emotions from the animals. But my guide Aurelia is the one who shares the messages from them with me.
Oh wow.
very good. So I can sometimes feel their pain too, like humans or spirit, like how they passed. If somebody passed from a heart attack, I will feel it in my chest. And then I also am clairaudient, so I hear very clearly. I hear their conversations with each other, animals too. So Crystal is asking, I want to know, after my dog's near-death experience, is she happy in our home? And immediately I got a yes. Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I have very similar to you as well. So like when spirits are around, I will feel their death. And sadly, a lot of times I see them as they passed. They'll show me that first before they'll show me a normal version of them. But I usually do see how they've passed.
Okay, I don't experience that because, many years back, I told my spirit guides, I said, I do not want to see that. I'm sorry, I just...
Right? Yeah.
It can be pretty bad for sure. A lot of times I'll be like, okay, that's enough. Give me the, happier version.
Right. I do have a question here. I was kind of curious myself, and I'm sure everybody else is too watching. And here's one that's pretty interesting. How would my animal friend feel about introducing a new pet into our household? Whether it be a cat or a dog or a snake or whatever.
Immediately I got a no. Before you even finish the question, I got a no.
Right.
Sorry.
I do have another interesting question here. So I'm curious, Meredith, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you get anything, my cat Bob, he's very handsome. He's black and white, or gray and white, excuse me, and he has been using the litter box outside of the litter box. So just kind of going outside of it, or possibly, where he'll urinate in the litter box, but he won't actually do number 2 in the litter box. So and that just started, I would say maybe, I don't know, a few months ago that I recognized that, but I have no idea why he's doing that or how I can change that.
So immediately I got that Bob doesn't like the litter that you're using.
Oh.
Could you change the litter?
Yeah.
Change it up? Is it the clay? I'm seeing like the gray clay
Yep.
kind.
Yep, it is.
He said it smells funny.
Okay. No, I'll definitely change it. I'll definitely do that. Thank you.
Try another brand, or there is crushed walnut shells. It's less dusty and it's cleaner. I feel it's cleaner. My cat loves it.
Wow, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely give that a shot. So, I've had a few friends, Meredith, that have had pets pass away. And a lot of people, including myself, the hardest decision is end of life care for our pets. Sometimes, my previous pet, Mirage, she passed away in my arms, and I knew she was close to the end. And she started walking, slipping on the hardwood floors, and just kind of out of it. And we had to use, and I don't know if this is maybe the right way of doing it, but some light form of painkiller in some water and dipped it in her mouth, and she was her breathing was really shallow, and I had held her in my arms until she passed. And I didn't take her to the vet because it wasn't like, I don't feel like I was seeing a lot of signs before, other than she was just getting older. So if people have to choose whether to take their pet in, to be euthanized, how do they feel about it? Like, how as a parent to our fur babies, do we talk to them and comfort them and also be okay with what we're doing?
So I've had animals tell me, can you please tell mom it's okay to let me go? Or sometimes the animal is scared at what's happening.
Right.
By the way, while you were talking, I heard, tell him I'm okay. Tell him I'm okay.
Oh, thank you.
So, you're welcome. I've had several animals at different times, like friends. Sorry, my cat is
That's Oreo.
mischievous in the bathroom.
Oh.
With my brush. I'm so sorry.
Oh, if he's welcome to join you, he's welcome on camera.
Oh, he probably will later.
Okay.
He sometimes joins when the camera's on. But yeah, so I've had animals reach out to me. I'll just be sitting and working on the computer, and all of a sudden I'll see like one of my friends, she had a Great Dane, and it kept coming to me, and I'm like, what's going on? She said, can you please tell mommy it's time for me to go? I go, oh no, I can't do that. I'm so sorry. Because you don't know how the human is going to react. And then another time, my cousin actually had a rat that had cancer, and I didn't know whose rat it was at first. And the rat just kept telling me, can you please tell mommy I have cancer and it's time for me to go? I said, I'm sorry, I don't know who you belong to. Like, that was when I first started out. Right. I didn't know whose rat it was. And then my cousin put it on her Facebook. And I'm like, I called her and I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that was your rat. But here's what he's saying now. And so, it gets emotional. I mean, people don't understand all the time that this takes a lot of energy from me. It is not easy what I do. It takes a lot of courage. It's a lot of responsibility on my shoulders. And I have had to go, yes, it comes as second nature to me, but I've had to hone my skills and practice. I've gone to classes, psychic medium development, animal communication classes. I've read books. I've watched YouTube videos. I've studied other psychic mediums and their styles, other animal communicators and their styles. And I'm still learning. The learning is never ending. And I've had some great mentors and teachers in the past, and they know who they are. Thank you very much.
I think I know who they are too. Just
yeah.
at least one.
Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay.
We have a question from
Hi,
Kim, and she is asking, is my dog Bubba with Lucky and their dad now? Are they happy?
Yes. So immediately I got a yes. Are they happy? And I get a yes. So this is what I'm seeing right now. I don't know if it's Kim's dog, but it is a Alaskan Malamute. It's got the black it's white with a black saddle, and he's saying, "I am so happy now." That's all I get. So if anybody can claim that dog in spirit, and I get a yes. Oh. So if anybody can claim the dog, he's doing great on the other side. He said he's happy.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And okay, so Crystal Mathis, she's saying,
Hi, Crystal.
hi, Crystal. Daisy has shown an aggressive side towards others, but not everyone. Is it because she's protective, or does she sense something I don't?
Let me see. So I'm getting that she is picking up on, I don't know whether she means people or other dogs, but I'm getting that Daisy is picking up on their energy, and she doesn't like their energy. So she gets aggressive towards them, which can happen with animals. They sense that the other animal is weaker. And so they tend to, I have experienced some of my clients, and they out and out tell me, yeah, I bully that other dog because, they're weak.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. And Kim says thank you for the message.
Oh, you're welcome, Kim.
Okay. So I'm curious too. I am getting into the realm of trying to do like missing persons, possibly. I feel like that's part of my calling as well. Now, on that note, have you done a lot of like lost pets and animals
Yes, I have.
and if you do, what is your process, and how can is that something you offer?
Yes, it's something I offer. So I ask the client when they reach out to me and say, "Hey, I've lost this cat or a dog." It's mostly cats and dogs. I always ask for a picture. I ask for the address they went missing from. Because I do map dowsing. I look it up on Google Maps.
I do that with tarot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And I see where the animal's energy is the strongest. And then I ask the animals, like the first question I ask the animal is, do you want to be found?
Oh, that's a good question.
And then the second question I ask is, are you alive, still here in the physical, or are you dead? Are you in another dimension? And sometimes I can feel, if the animal feels lighter, then I know that they passed.
Oh, right.
And then lately, it's been mostly cats that have gone missing, and the last couple of them have turned out, they've been gone for months and months, and they are not coming back because they are on the other side. And I do ask them, I said, okay, if you're past, then are you with, because then a human spirit will come in and say, okay, so the cat is with me, he's okay. So that's when I definitely know whether the animal has passed or not.
Right on. Wow.
And I've done 2 missing persons cases, but I really don't like to do those.
That's kind of, hey, we can barter here. You send me those, I'll send you the missing animals, and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Deal.
Deal, right? We have another great question from Becky. Hi, Becky. She says, I am wondering if you can tell me why my cat meows all the time, constantly. Is she hurt, sick? She's an older cat, adopted her when she was 10. No one wanted her, but she's so sweet. Help, please.
Oh, gosh. So immediately when you said, is she hurt? I got a yes. And then I see the word arthritis. But I feel like there's something else going on. I do not diagnose. If I could have Becky, can you give me a description of your cat, if you can, please?
Yeah, when you said arthritis, I was feeling some pain or joint.
In the hips or the...
I feel like the leg or the hind end area. Yeah.
You might want to get your cat into the vet and have your vet check your cat out.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Becky.
Okay, she's her comment just came up. Becky says she's calico, definitely overweight. She's probably 17 pounds.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would contribute to some. We would think, yeah.
And then I'm also hearing heart issues. I don't know, Andy, do you pick anything up like that?
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. I feel I also keep hearing 2 words, but I cannot diagnose as well. Your best advice would be to take your cat in, and that's what I would say.
Have her checked out, yeah.
Yeah.
You're so welcome, Becky.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. We have a few minutes left here, but I also want to put a plug-in for you, Meredith. I'm going to put your contact information up on the screen. Everybody, feel free to check her out. there's her website, meredithwhitney.com.
Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome. Meredith, you're offering a 6-week online mentorship program, correct?
I am. It's for people who are just stepping out of the spiritual closet with their psychic medium development. They don't know what's going on. They're confused. They're hearing voices. They're seeing visions in their head, on the wall, reflection in the mirrors. I went through all that. And I really had to look hard for someone to help me what was going on. So, I want to help people. I don't want anybody to struggle like I did. So feel free to reach out. And yes, my phone number's down there. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. And booking for class, excuse me, booking for classes is coming up here soon. And I had a couple other questions here that I wanted to bring up. I'm curious, when our pets talk to us when they're alive,
Mm-hmm.
do they understand more the words that we're using, or is it more the vibration of the sound, or like how do they know, or are they just feeling our energy and
It's both.
Is it? Okay.
It's both. And also we send subconscious pictures to them. Like if you say, okay, let's go for a ride in the car, or let's go for a walk, you're subconsciously sending your dog or your cat, let's say your dog, you're already the picture. They read our thoughts. They know what we're thinking.
Oh, wow.
And they always know how we're feeling. So when I was a kid and I was sick, we had this little Shetland sheepdog. Her name was Heather. And every time when I was sick, she would either come right in my room and lay down, or she'd come and jump on my bed and lay down. But she wouldn't go very far when I was sick. She just wanted to hang out in my room and make sure I was okay.
And I was also wondering, can they feel our pain? Do you know, like how empaths will feel people's pain? Like if I had a headache or maybe my back was hurting or something, can they feel that sort of a pain? Like I know I do feel other people's physical pain sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. I get a yes on that.
Okay.
Some do, some don't. Just like me, I don't feel every single person's pain, and I don't feel every single animal's pain. It just it depends.
Oh, thank you.
But you're welcome. And I just want to say, animals are smarter than we give them credit for. They really are.
They also are very good with time, and they're like on a schedule. My cat Bob will, you know how, and I have to show everybody this because I think it's so cute. But so I'm laying there in bed, and he'll go like this with his claw, and then the blanket's here, and then he'll go under with his claw and do that on the side of my belly, and then he'll knock a lamp over on my head because it's on the headboard. So I've had to take that lamp out because he'll catch his hook on there because he wants to be up. He's like, Daddy, get up, because I want treats. And both my dog and my cat, Boo and Bob, will stand at the top of the stairs in front of me, wait, and then they'll both race down the stairs to get their treats. Every morning. This is it's just so cute. I just love watching that. Is that like they know that they're brother and sister? Do they view each other like that?
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. In fact, when I'm doing a client session with an animal, more than likely, most of the time, they will bring up their brother or sister. Well, hello. They will bring up their brother or sister. And I've actually heard them say, oh, well, my brother or my sister, and I'm saying, is that a human or your animal brother or sister? So.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna ask you also about the Rainbow Bridge, that we always hear. And I'm not really familiar. I've heard about it, and I'm not even sure. What is your perspective, your view of where animals go? Does somebody take them when they cross over?
Oh,
Are
sure
there
they do.
ones that hang out like earthbound? Is there anything
No.
unusual?
So my experience, and I've asked Spirit, so usually when an animal crosses over, when they pass, more than likely there is somebody from your family, a relative, that will come and greet them. They're not in a separate heaven. They're together with all your loved ones on the other side, humans, animals alike. So
Yeah, that's how I view it too.
I have had animals say, "Can you please tell her that I will wait for her, or I will wait
Oh,
for him?" Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Hi, Anjanette. Can you pick up on my cat, Princess? Can you give me a description of her?
Yeah. And Jeanette, go ahead
Okay.
and
I am seeing
okay,
a
so
a black and white, like a white cat with black patches on it. If that cat it's a male cat. It's not my cat. It's got more white on it than my cat. But I am definitely seeing, and he's just popping in to say hi. So it's a male cat with, oh, and I think this cat I know. He's still here in the physical. Oh, yeah. Yep. I just got confirmation. He's actually my childhood friend, Magda Diaz. She lives in McKinney, Texas. And I stayed with her when I moved to Texas. And she's got several feral cats that she and her husband feed every day, morning and breakfast. And so it's one of those cats. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, thank you, Kim.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Okay, so Anjanette's got a description for you.
Okay. She's gray and white and a little orange, big eyes. Okay.
And I just want to share with everybody while Meredith tunes in. This is the first time we're using StreamYard, so I'm going to figure out if there's a way to be able to share the pictures and photos, because typically I think this is how she tunes in as well. So this is why we're asking for a description.
So Anjanette, I'm picking up that Princess is very happy. She loves to play. She feels very friendly to me, a very sweet cat. And I don't know on this cat if it's still here in the physical or if she's passed. And I get she's still here in the physical.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I have a interesting question. So this is going to be for anybody that, well, I live in Montana, so we have a lot of ranchers and cowboys and people that have horses. So how did that process work when you worked with like horses? And
That's a really good question.
yeah, talk to us about that.
So when I was a kid, when I first noticed it happening, I was about 12 years old, 12 or 13. I had a chestnut horse. His name was Shortstop. His show name was Shortstop, and his barn name was Shorty. And he was the coolest horse. He was just amazing. Taught me a lot. But I kept getting pictures in my head from him showing me him trotting around barrels. And at the time, I'm like, okay, we've never done barrels, trotted barrels, cantered around barrels. He's a hunter jumper. We jump over jumps. And at the time, my trainer was a barrel racer. She went to rodeos on the weekend. And so she occasionally would set up barrels in the middle of the ring to practice. And a couple weeks later, a bunch of us had another animal communicator, Beatrice Leidecker. She's from back in the day, and she was amazing. And she told me the same thing. And my mouth just dropped open. And I didn't tell her at the time that I had seen the same vision in my head, but I just thought it was amazing. And I didn't know what to do with what Shorty was trying to communicate to me. But we did eventually end up trotting around the barrels. And I think he loved it. Animals always try to communicate with us through pictures, through feelings, through words. Like if you sit really quiet on the floor with your animal and you just you ask them, what is your favorite treat? And the first picture that pops into your head is, whether it be an apple, a banana, or a cookie. That's the answer.
I'm going to try that. Yeah,
Try
I'm going
that.
to try that. That's a good one.
They love it. Our animals love it when they find out. They get really excited when they know that they're going to have a session with an animal communicator. It just doesn't have to be me. But I've heard animals loud and clear before the session even starts. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Nobody can, I've never done this before. Can you hear me? And I'm like, yes.
Right. That is so cool.
So I do have a special little dog here.
Do you?
Yeah, she's showing up pretty strong. So this dog's name is Lucy. She's a little red dachshund, and she said she's okay and she's happy. So this little dog, when I was not charging money yet, I was just doing some free readings for friends and stuff. So my friend, I went over to their house and her daughter was really upset. And they told me that their dog Lucy had run away. And immediately I got like a picture of a brick wall, and I just knew she was down the street at the school, at the elementary school
Wow.
Down the street from where they lived. And I told them, I said, she's down the street at the school. And the janitor, and I could hear the janitor in my head, like telling her to get lost and go away. And I didn't at the time. I was drawn to go to the school, but I didn't. And my friend came by my house the next day and she said she was at the school. The police called us and had her, and so we went and picked her up.
Wow.
But if I had listened, she wouldn't have had to, go through all that trauma. But
Right.
I was still learning, and I doubted myself.
Right.
But, so yeah.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I mean, once you get validation for life. And that's what Debbie's always said to me. So yeah, that's so awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Okay, and Jeanette says she had a York. Well, I'll let you read that.
Yorkshire Terrier for
Yeah.
15 years until we finally had to put her down. We got her cremated. She was our family dog. I named her Cotton Candy when I was a little girl.
Oh.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Okay, let's see.
Oh. I do see a Yorkshire Terrier in my head.
Oh,
Oh, she said she's okay, Anjanette. She said my mommy liked it when I licked her face,
oh.
when I gave her kisses. She was a bouncy little dog. Like I see her bouncing up and down.
I keep seeing that too.
She liked to go for walks. Well, thank you, Anjanette.
Yeah, thank you. So I have another. Okay, so her comment just came through. Thank you so
Oh, you're
much,
so
Meredith.
welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so when we move physical locations, let's say
Mhm.
you get a new house, you get a new place to live.
Mhm.
How do we prepare our fur babies for that move? And are they okay with it? Or maybe you have two animals, would they disagree? Would they agree? Would they how does that work?
That's a good question. So, when you're getting ready to move to another physical location, you sit down with your animals just like you would sit down with your children and you tell them what's going on, or else they're going to be really confused. They're going to have a lot of questions. And you just sit them down and say, hey, look, so this is what's happening. We're moving physical locations, we're moving to a new home. And you can show them pictures in your head telepathically. You can send them pictures to show them what it looks like. Um, and then you give a timeline like we're moving in 30 sunrises or 30
Oh,
sunsets. Sunrise, I use sunrises and sunsets because it's easier for animals to get that.
that
Um,
makes sense.
so they're just like
Huh.
humans, like they're either going to be really happy they're moving or they're going to be really sad because they have friends in the old neighborhood that they don't want to leave. Um, a lot of the time, our animals have the same behaviors as us, the same emotions. They have feelings, people, whether you think so or not. When let's say a human in the household gets sick and passes away, your animal will grieve. They do get depression. They do have anxiety. They grieve right along with you.
That's so true. That's so true. Well said. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was gonna add to that as well. I was always curious, and I'm sure, I mean, I've never really asked a vet or anything about this, but I was wondering, do animals get headaches?
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes, I had an Australian Shepherd. She passed away in June of 2015 from bladder cancer.
Mm.
She would get headaches and I would feel, not all of them, but I would feel them and I'd ask her, I'm like, okay, is this your headache? And she'd say yes. And towards the end of her life, she got them, I think, quite frequently. So yeah, our animals can get headaches.
Oh, wow.
Just like
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, I
from,
was, I
from
don't know
stress
why
or
yeah. And then how would
Oh, thank you, Anjanette. She said I was, yes, very spot on.
spot on?
I love
You're
hearing
spot
that.
on. We love
Thank
that
you. Thank you.
validation. Thank you. Um, when that happens, is there a way, like during 4th of July,
That's the worst.
it's the worst, and they my dog will just shiver and shake, and Bob could just care less.
The cat? Your
Yep.
cat? My cat could care less too.
I wonder why that is. Is it just because
Because sometimes they get used to, I just got an answer in my head, I guess from my cat. He said because we get used to it. Again, they're just like humans.
right?
And dogs, I feel, or horses are more prone to PTSD. Yes, animals can have PTSD from loud noises, from being abused, anything, from any kind of trauma. If your animal has gone through a divorce with you, that causes trauma, just like it does in children. So I find the best solution to like 4th of July is to put them in a bedroom, and turn the TV on or turn soft music on, like classical music. So the music is a little bit louder so they don't have to hear the fireworks. You can reassure them, you can hold them, hug them. Sometimes depends on the animal. But
Oh
yeah, they
wow.
get scared.
Okay.
4th of July, Memorial Day, fireworks. I wish they would come up with, I know some people are going to not like this, but I wish they would come up with fireworks you could still see, but not hear.
Right.
Like without the bang and the pops, and it's
No,
just,
that's a great idea. That would be a great idea. Because I know my dog, Boo, she's aware of the TV. She's aware of um, other dogs on the TV, and she'll start
mhm.
grabbing her toys, and she'll go, "Arr," like that. Like we say, kill it, and meaning, just play rough with this frisbee that you have in your mouth. And she does, and she takes it out on that, and it's just so cute because I didn't realize that animals really perceived like TV screens and stuff so much. Some don't,
my
possibly, or
my old Australian Shepherd used to sit there and watch TV with me. And he used
oh
to
wow,
ask me, Mommy, who are those people in the box? And I'm like, what box? What are you talking about? And he meant the
right.
TV. But yeah, he used to sit right next to me and watch TV with me. And he'd ask me as we were watching a show, well, what are they doing? And can they come out of the box? I mean, he didn't really
That's so
understand.
cute.
But yeah.
Aw, well, with that, Meredith, I think we're gonna be ending the show here, but I do want everybody to know Meredith's information there to contact her is meredithwhitney.com/book a session. Phone number is 310-490-3225. So feel free to reach out to her for a reading and schedule a reading and upcoming classes that you're having. Is there any other information that or guidance you could provide to everybody?
Well, I am launching on my online animal communication classes starting in December. That's big for me.
Oh wow.
Sorry, folks, just reading somebody. unfortunately, Kevin, we're out of time. But you can book a session with me.
Yep.
But other than that, thank you for having me on the show. It was lots of fun. And
Yes.
thank you, everybody, for watching. And thank you for all your questions. It's been fun. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Join us next Wednesday. And I appreciate it. Feel free to share, like the video.
Hi, Ivy.
Oh, did you have somebody?
Yeah,
Oh,
my friend
yeah.
Ivy at the very bottom. Just stop by to say hello. Hi.
Bye. No.
Well,
Thank
thank
you,
you, Andy,
guys.
for having me on.
You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you back on. And take
It'd be
care,
my
everybody.
pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.